Hi everybody, welcome to my channel where I review and analyze white papers. And I try to do it, I hope, objectively, without taking any stance on the underlying assets or on the quality of the particular white paper. My purpose is only to rank this white paper and compare it to other, or decisions are yours. So now what we do together is Chris. Thank you, Chris, for joining me here.
My pleasure.
And I will be explaining to Chris what that review is about and why I rated that coin particularly this way. And Chris will be criticizing me and trying to put me down or put me up, right? If he find it necessary. So shall we begin?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So today we talk about RavenCoin. This one became pretty much popular on the market for some mysterious reasons, and I try to get through their white paper, which name is a peer-to-peer electronic system for the creation and transfer of assets. And this paper dates back to 3rd April 2018. And because every paper has different part in it, some are more technical, some are less technical. This paper, from my point of view, is less technical. That's why I assigned one of my ratings, which is rating for vision. Vision intends to measure their market stance, their appeal to consumers, how much they can grow, as well as what about their future development plans. So it basically consists from singularity, volume, empathy, and timeline parts. From all of those standpoints of view, the RavenCoin have kind of different type of the value from my point of view. So first of all, what is RavenCoin? RavenCoin is basically a fork of Bitcoin with, well, it's not, I'm sorry, is not simply the fork of Bitcoin, it's a ASIC resistant fork of Bitcoin, which is main value proposition of RavenCoin, which says we have so many people using Bitcoin, but we have a concentration of mining power in the hands of few centralized, practically corporations or mining pools. And we want to cure that by issuing new types of coin, which have these escalating or echelon hashing algorithms. So meaning that you have, everybody knows what hash function is, but if RavenCoin use 16 different hash functions, so this hash function hash the hash functions and so on and so forth. And they use 16 of theirs. But it not specifically makes them, stands them out from all of the rest of the similarly kind of designed ASIC resistance currencies. They made these hash algorithm, so they made it randomly choose, meaning that ASIC, which is microscheme, cannot predict which algorithm it shall use in order to decrypt this currency. And they randomize it by choosing the last 8 bits of the previous hash to make that decision. So basically it's algorithms which make more cryptic ASICs to encrypt it. So that's a use case for this currency. And from my point of view, the most appealing part of the currency is that it actually addresses the needs or the purported needs of the so many users who don't like centralization. They don't like centralization and they say, here's a Bitcoin, here's a Raven, probably because Raven it's a same solid platform as, because it's a fork, right, as a Bitcoin. I probably can buy a Raven because I don't really like what's going on in Bitcoin. Of course, it's probably not going to be the majority of users, but I think that Raven doesn't expect that majority of people going to jump into their platform. They satisfy themselves with that, maybe like a couple of million of people. I don't know.
That's
Exactly. So, long story short, my final rating from this one is Singularity is C+. Singularity, I measure how unique is their proposition. I don't think their proposition is kind of exceptional. There are some other coins which use X11 algorithms, hashing algorithms, they use X16, and so other coins. And on the volume side of the subrating, I assign them B because, as I said, number of consumers, of customers, they are addressing not so large compared to, say, Bitcoin. And on the empathy side, I put A. That's the strongest part of it because emotional appeal of this currency is very high. Yeah. That's my opinion because it's simple and it says that, look guys, we have a huge mining conglomerates. If you don't like it, buy RavenCoin. That's a very, very strong emotional appeal. On timeline, I assign them C because although they have some kind of section in their white paper which addresses timeline, it's very confusing and I didn't get any information from that. That's my description of that coin. So now, Chris, please destroy my arguments.
All right, here we go. So the first thing, I kind of feel like I have a decent understanding based on what you've told me of what RavenCoin is looking to provide. What comes to mind immediately is there any other value proposition that they're trying to push outside of essentially increasing the difficulty of creating ASICs that mine this coin well and centralize the mining pools?
Yeah, that's correct. The additional proposition which I missed to mention is that they're creating the second layer where other people can create their assets. That's the name of their white paper. However, from my point of view, it doesn't provide them any competitive advantage because we have so many other coins who do that much better from my perspective than RavenCoin. So that's why I a little bit undermine that in my analysis.
And I mean, and it also seems to be the case that most, I don't know about most, but a decent amount of projects are always trying to create that layer of creating your own tokens on top of it.
Right.
So that's just a general goal. So
absolutely.
So if the basic foundation of the coin has the value, then the creating tokens on top of it will inherently have that value, right? So the next segue into the comparison would be how would a token on RavenCoin compare to a token on Ethereum, where the majority of ICOs and the majority of tokens have been created?
Well, obviously that Ethereum is account-based cryptocurrency and RavenCoin is the UTX based cryptocurrency. It's a big difference. Yeah. And so the algorithms, the consensus algorithms, it's proof of work, of course, in proof of work is still in Ethereum, but Ethereum is going to shifting to proof of stake. So that's another kind of future difference between two currencies. And then, of course, the ease with which you can create assets in Ethereum. From my point of view, I'm myself like a Ethereum developer is more friendly, more customer friendly because Ethereum was able to develop so many
tools around.
Yes, clients, tools which you can use. RavenCoin not even close on that stage because they don't even, they haven't been able to implement even their second layer solution yet. So that's only in their plans according to their timeline.
So, okay, so then looking at their timeline, and this is a relatively new project, right? 2018.
Yes, it's, as I said, it's 3rd April 2018. Yeah. That's their white paper dated, but first beta version come to life only in October of 2018.
Okay.
So they are practically only like a 5-6 months on the market.
So what does their timeline look like? If it's primarily Bitcoin developers who are taking this fork and then continuing to build off of it, how are they looking to reach their goals? How are they looking to grow and gain market?
Oh, that's where I myself get very, very confused, and according to that I assign them C for this timeline because although they have like a whole section purportedly dedicated to that, in fact you can only understand from that section that their nearest target is to go to the better version for test network in a September-October time period. That's it. After that, everything else become absolutely incomprehensive. So that's why I probably take that, not probably, that's why I took this critical position.
Okay. Yeah, well, it sounds like a somewhat interesting project that me personally, I wouldn't think too much on, but if ASIC resistance is something that is so important to a specific person, then, and you like Bitcoin, which I'm assuming most people do, RavenCoin obviously seems to have that inherent value there. So,
well, my purpose is to analyze, and your purpose is to take the decision whether you
get more time out.
Yes, spend more time to research more about that coin, or you just reject it because you just don't like it right from the start. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for being with me today, and I hope you join me for our next conversations about the future reviews.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you for listening to my channel, so please subscribe. See you next time, and look also to my Telegram group, Ask Svet for Crypto, where we can talk into more details about what I just, the coins I just trying to present to you. Thank you, bye-bye.